Hey everyone, and welcome back to part number 2. This one's going to be for all of you lead guitarists. We're going to work through the introduction lead guitar, verse 1, verse 2, the chorus part, and then the bridge and also guitar solo. So without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into it.
So at my show on Monday, I was hoping someday you'd be on your way to better things. It's not about your makeup, how you try to shape up to these tiresome paper dreams. Paper dreams, honey. So now you pour your heart out, you're telling me you're far out. You're not about to lie down for your clothes, but you don't pull my strings, 'cause I'm a better man, moving on to better things. Well, I love her because she lives in her own way. Well, she came to my shoulder dear about my day. And at the show on Tuesday, she was in her mindset, tempered furs and spangled boots. Look so deceiving, make me believe it. And these tiresome paper dreams. Paper dreams, honey, yeah. So won't you go far, tell me you're a keeper, not about to lie down for your cause. And you don't pull my strings, 'cause I'm a better man, moving on with better things. Well, I love her because she lives in her own way. Well, she came to my shoulder dear about my day. You're so weird that we never made it through all the summers. Keeping us instead of keeping us back down through the suburbs. You're so weird that we never made it through all the summers. Keeping us instead of keeping us back down through the suburbs. I love her because she moves in her own way. Well, she came to my shoulder dear about my day. Well, I love her because she lives in her own way. Well, she came to my shoulder dear about my day.
Alright then, let's open up part number 2 by having a look at the introduction lead guitar. This is a nice and simple part to get us started. We're going to begin on the 5th fret of the G with our middle finger. We're going to play that, slide it up to the 7th fret, and then bring in our ring finger over to the 7th of the high E, playing that and letting both of the notes ring out. From here, we're going to play the 7th of the G, slide it up another 2 frets, this time to the 9th fret, and then bring in our index finger over to the 8th fret of the high E, again playing that and letting both of the notes ring out. We're then very quickly going to play that again, starting with the G string 9th fret, sliding up to the 11th, and then index finger playing the 10th of the high E. And then finally, we're going to slide up 1 fret to the 12th of the G, playing that by itself. I should also just mention that these simple 2-note dyads also are representations of major and minor chords. In our first position, 7th of the E, 7th of the G, we've got our root note and minor third for a B minor chord. In our second position, we've got the root note and major third for a C major, and then taking that shape up 2 frets, we've got the root note and major third for a D major. And finally, the 12th of the G is a G note, which represents the home chord of She Moves in Her Own Way. So what we'll discover is that this small riff in the introduction is actually just using chords from the song, chords that we played in the introduction but just used in a different way.
So at my show on Monday, I was hoping someday you'd be on your way to better.
We're now going to have a look at the lead guitar in verse number 1 using the same techniques that we've just done in the introduction. Again, we're going to start on the 5th fret of the G with our middle finger, playing that, sliding up to the 7th fret. But this time we're going to add in our ring finger to the 7th of the E, and we're going to play those two notes together with our middle finger naturally muting the B string in the middle. From here we're going to take that shape down 1 fret and we're going to play the same thing just once. Then take it down another fret to the 5th fret now, again playing it once. So together we've got this. And then finally we're going to switch over middle finger to the 4th of the G, index over to the 3rd, again middle finger muting the B string in the middle. Now in the song this is quite a fast part, so I quite like doing a downstroke, then upstroke, then downstroke, downstroke. Just goes like this. And I'll just do that one more time.
These tiresome paper dreams, honey. So now you pour your heart out, you're telling me you're far out, you're not about to lie down for your coat.
As we move towards the end of verse number 1, we're going to play an extra bit of lead guitar to move us into the chorus section. It just sounds like this. It's a very quick part. We're going to start by borrowing the 12th fret of the D, G and B strings. We're going to start by playing the D string and letting it ring out. Then the G string. Then B string. Then back to the G string. Afterwards we'll play the D string twice with downstrokes. And then the G string twice with upstrokes. Then we'll go once on the D with a downstroke, and then once on the G with an upstroke. Together it becomes this. And one more time. Afterwards we'll play the D and G strings together. We'll do a downstroke first and then an upstroke afterwards, and we'll just repeat that. It sounds like this. All together.
So now you pour your heart out, you're telling me you're far out, you're not about to lie down for your clothes. But you don't pull my strings, 'cause I'm a better man, moving on to better things. Well, uh-oh.
Like I said, this part is going to lead us into the chorus section, and much like the acoustic guitar, we are also going to join in and play some chords, but we're going to play some different chords. It just sounds like this. So for this, we're going to start with a simple G major bar chord, A string root, so the 10th of the A and the 12th of the D, G and B strings. Moving over to this shorthand D major chord. And that's going to be a shorthand version of the full bar chord. So that's going to be 12th of the D, 11th of the G, and 10th of the B and E together. Then we're going to move over to this D shape at the 12th and 13th frets. And that's actually going to be a C major chord. So we've got G, going to D, then C, and rhythmically they sound like this. From here, we're going to move back to our D major shape, and then 2 frets up into this E minor chord. And that's going to be the 14th of the D, and then the 12th of the G, B, and E strings. From here, we'll move back into another major shape. We'll be at the 10th, 9th, and 8th frets this time. That's going to be another C major chord, much like how we did with our D shape C major, but this one's at a much lower register. And we're going to hold on that chord for 2 bars, then move back up to the D, and then back to our home chord G. Together they sound like this. And I'll just play that one more time. To finish off the chorus, we're going to do this little riff. And that'll be 12 sliding up to 14, sliding back to 12 and back to 14, and then the 12th of the G. And in context it sounds like this. And I'll just do that one more time. Let's roll the clip.
Far out, you're not about to lie down for your clothes. But you don't pull my strings, 'cause I'm a better man, moving on to better things. Well, I love her, because she lives in her own way. Well, she came to my shoulder, dear, about my day. And not the short on Tuesday, she was in her mindset.
Moving into verse number 2, we've got another bit of lead guitar to play, and this one comes in at a really odd point in the verse. You might need to listen to the example a few times to get the timing, but I'll play the example clip first and then I'll walk you through it. Check this out.
And not the short on Tuesday, she was in her mindset, tempered furs and spangled boots. Looks are deceiving, make me believe it. And these ties on paper dreams. Paper dreams, honey, yeah. So won't you go far, tell me you're a keeper, not about to lie.
So we're going to be starting at the 12th fret of our B string and G string. We're going to use our index finger to bar those, and we're going to play them together with one pick. And after we do that, we're very quickly going to hammer on our middle finger to the 13th of the B, and then ring finger to the 14th of the G, and we're going to do those together, and then slide them up 2 frets to the 16th of the G, 15th of the B, then slide them back down to our original position, and then back up again. So we've got to get quite a lot of mileage out of those notes. I'll just play that again. Afterwards, we're going to play the 15th of the B with our middle finger, then flatten it, playing the 15th of the high E, then back to the 15th of the B, and then ring finger 16th of the G. Together, that first part sounds like this. And I'll just play that again. From here, we're going to slide down to the 4th fret of our G, letting that ring out for just a moment. And then we're going to come in with this dyad ascending run. It just sounds like this. So for that, we'll start on the 4th of the G, 3rd of the high E. Again, muting the B string in the middle. We'll then move up to the 5th of the G, 5th of the E. Then 7th and 7th. And at that point, we'll play the 7th of the E by itself. And then we'll play those two together again. Then moving up to the 9th and 8th. And then up to the 10th and 11th. Afterwards, we'll play the 10th of the E by itself. And just for reference, that's going to be representing a G major chord, A minor, B minor, C major, and D major. Afterwards, we'll use our ring finger to play the 12th fret of the G, and we'll play that, bend it up, bring it down, and then use our pinky finger to play the 15th of the high E. Together it sounds like this.
Feathers and spangled boots, looks are deceiving, make me believe it. And these ties on paper dreams, honey, yeah. So won't you go far? Tell me you're the keeper, not about to lie down.
As we move into the bridge section, the lead guitar is going to play another rhythm part, just like how we did with the chorus section. And for this, we're going to start at the 12th fret of the G, B, and E strings. And that's going to be representing an E minor chord. Then we're going to move over to a D shape at the 14th and 15th frets, representing a D major chord. Then we're going to play this B minor shape here, which is going to be the 16th of the G, 15th of the B, and then 14th of the high E. And like I say, that's a B minor chord. And then we're going to play a D shape at the 12th and 13th frets, like we did in the chorus, which is going to represent a C major. Afterwards, we'll move back to the 12th fret. This time it will be D, B, and G strings, representing a G major chord. Together rhythmically, they go like this. When we go to play the progression a second time, we're going to play something slightly different. This time, after the D major chord, we'll slide down to the 7th of the E and then 8th of the B, and we'll just go back and forth between those. Afterwards, we'll go back round to the first progression and then we'll play the second progression again. So we'll play each one twice. So the last thing on the list for us today is going to be the guitar solo. Let's start by rolling the clip and then I'll walk you through it. Check this out. So to begin the solo, we're actually going to play 2 open D strings. And we're going to play that to lead us into the solo. We're then going to move over to the 2nd of the D. We're going to play that, pull it off, and then play the 2nd of the D again. We're then going to play the open G, and then slide in 2nd fret up to 4th with our middle finger, and then use our index finger to play the 3rd of the B. At this point, we're going to play the 4th of the G, 3rd of the B, 4th of the G, 3rd of the high E. Together. And one more time. From here, we're going to use our 3 fingers on the high E string, 5th fret. We're going to play that, bend up, bring it down, and pull off to the 3rd. And then we're going to play the 5th fret by itself, and then 3rd of the B. Together. And I'll just do that one more time. From here, we're going to shift all the way up to the 12th fret of our B, and we're going to use our 3 fingers. We're going to play that, bend it up, then bring it down, then we'll go 10, 12, and then 12 on the G. It just sounds like this. Pay attention. And I'll just do that one more time. All together. From here, we're going to shift over to the 14th of the D. We'll go 14, 12, 14, then 12 on the G. Then we'll use our ring finger, 14th of the G, sliding up to the 16th, and then middle finger playing the 15th of the B. From here, we're going to go back to the high E string with another bend, 3 fingers at the 17th fret. We're going to play that, bend it up, bring it down, pull it off to the 15th, and then play the 17th by itself. And one more time. All together. From here, we're going to move into these little dyad shapes. We're going to play the 17th of the G and B together. Then moving over to the 16th of the G, 15th of the B. Then we'll take that shape down 2 frets to the 14th of the G, 13th of the B. Then we'll do the 12th of the G and B. Then down to the 11th of the G, 10th of the B. And then back to the 12th and 12th of the G and B. And all together. And at a faster tempo. Let's roll the clip one more time. So that concludes our lesson on She Moves in Her Own Way by the Kooks. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. But for now, I will see you guys on the next lesson.